How is everybody doing? Right, so in today's episode, we're going to be looking how to make one of these. So as you can see, I've gone round with the hot knife and I've made my outlines of what I've just drawn on it. Did a sketch and pencil and then went over with the pen just to, see where I wanted to get everything. And yeah, it's done quite well with the paper. It's literally just paper that I've just drawn on, stuck it on top of some foam, and then started to go around it. It's where it's heated up a bit, it is sticking to it a little bit, but it's coming off okay. So yeah, we'll get that off and see what it looks like underneath. We are at this stage now, so all I've done is just cut it down slightly so that we're closer to the edges basically. And what we're going to do is take my hot wire foam cutter, hot wire cutter, although unfortunately it's not quite wide enough to do it in one pass, so what I'm going to have to do is bevel the back like that all the way around, and then it should give me enough to go in and cut out some funky shapes and get this outline where we want it. So let's have a go. So I've done some stuff to the light, and I haven't sort of recorded it for a while because I just got a bit carried away and the battery on the GoPro was dead. So basically what I've done is I have covered it in plaster. I say plaster, it's just basically, let me see if I can get the bag, just knocking everything off. So it is filler, actually. It's just G-Tech filler, so it is just for cracks in walls and for small cracks in walls. I like this because it's easy to sand, and basically I just dilute it a lot. You want it, what consistency, let's say you want it sort of like thick cream, really. Thick double cream, and then you just literally layer it on. I mean, I've done it with a brush, so you can see the brush strokes, but it sands really easily, so you can easily get rid of them. I don't know if I can show you, so let's see if we can get it without the light affecting. So this is it when it's sanded, nice and smooth. And then up here is some bits that I haven't sanded. You can see the sort of, you can see the brush strokes basically, and then where I've sanded it's nice and smooth. Now the texture on this doesn't really matter because I'm going to cover it and make it look all weathered and rusty a little bit and stuff anyway, so the texture doesn't have to be perfect. But if you wanted to get it nice and smooth, I would probably go over this again with another coat of the filler, and then really sand it down nice and smooth. I'm using 320 grit
sandpaper. You can use like 180 if you want, or even 80 if you want to go crazy on it. But I just find 320. I've only got to do this, go over with this once, and then I don't have to go over it again. It's nice and smooth for the paint to go straight on top. So basically, that's where I'm at. And the LED strip has turned up today, so that's cool. We'll get it sanded, get a bit of paint on it, and then see what it looks like with the LED strips inside. So because we're going for the overall black with a little bit of sort of rusty feel, obviously I've gone for some black, the blackest black I could find, some brown. It's a fairly light brown. I probably should have gone for a slightly darker brown, but we'll see how we get on. And some little pots of orange, because we're not going to be using a lot of orange, so I only got some small pots, but there should be plenty in there for what we need. All emulsion, because then we can just put it straight onto the foam. If we used anything sort of harsh, it would just dissolve the foam, which is not what we want. So for this, I went to B&Q and found this clearance bag of brushes. I think this was like $5.50, which is still quite expensive for this sort of thing that you need, but there's quite a few brushes in there. So I think because the bag was open and one was missing or something, I don't know, it was discounted, so I've got quite a few brushes in there. So we just get one of these out. I want a fairly big one. There's a couple of 50mm in there, so we'll just use that. That should be good for dabbing. We don't want any brush strokes in this because you don't want brushed. We're not going for brushed metal here, so we're just basically just going to dab, which should give us the effect that we want. So we'll give the black a quick shake and get that open, and start getting some black, since that's going to be the majority of it. Right, so now it's all black. It is still wet. I've not let it dry. I've gone and got one of the kids' old plates that they never use. I'm basically just going to put some colours in each one, and then I can just go in with the same brush and just try and mix some colours up a bit, because there's like the odd bit of rust and stuff I want to put around the edges. So we'll get a little bit of paint into this and start mixing the colours up. So we've got a little bit of each colour. So basically what we're going to do is sort of all around the edges really. There's a little bit of like rust showing on the photos. On the actual design. So I'm just going to sort of go around and start adding bits of rust in. Now that's added a bit of texture to that and made it look a bit rusty. I'm going to let it dry now before I add any more to it. I might try and like blacken off some of the bits just to dull it down a little bit in places. Gone very lightly with the orange. I haven't just used the pure orange, I've mixed it because I think that pure orange would just be too much. So I'll give you a quick look at what it looks like now. So just the slight differences, like the slight bits of orange in just random places, really makes it pop a bit. Like it might be a little bit too brown up there. I might have to dull some of that back. But we'll see. What we're going to do now is, using the smallest brush I got in this pack, I am going to make the letters red. Which is that red, which is a very red, very bright red. and then what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll add the little details that are in. I might even get my airbrush out to do them little bits. Yeah, just to make it look a bit more different. I might even go with my airbrush on some of this, try and make the rust a bit more blended as such. So, but yeah, it's come out nice. I like it. Then once I'm happy with the face and the letters, I will then do the side bits. Just make them black, just pure black. It'll make the front stand out even more then. So let's get some red on. So here we have the back of the Nemesis sign, and we also have some cheap eBay lights, LED lights. Let's plug them in quickly and you can have a quick look. So yeah, that's basically what we've got. So we can change the colour, obviously because it's Nemesis it will be red. But yeah, basically that's what I bought. So the idea is to ravel it out into here, stick it along the edges with some glue, and then it should give enough shine to go through these little holes that I've gouged out. So let's see if we can stick some in. So I've just got to figure out a way of how I'm going to mount it onto the wall, but with it fairly close up against the wall. Ta-da! That looks pretty cool. Yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. With white, so it really makes the red pop when it's on the white. Obviously when it's a bit more flatter to the wall you won't get these bits of light so much at the side, but it still looks good. Red. Green Nemesis. No. Blue. No, it's definitely got to be red in it. Or white. White looks pretty good. So yeah. I'm going to consider that done and looking good. I'll fix it to the wall somehow. But that is, yeah, I'm pleased with that. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also consider a subscribe, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what sort of thing you'd like me to make next. I might even do a giveaway on this, so make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. See you later.